welcome back. I'm Ted.
I'm Deontay.
Alright, today we're talking about the Olympics. Did you watch the Olympics?
I watched a smidgen, just the events Australia's good at pretty much, which was swimming. Oh, and a little bit of track and field, because Riley Day from Beaudesert was running, and that's where I grew up,
Yeah.
so it was cool to see someone
So
from
you
my
watched
hometown.
someone that you knew. Okay, cool.
Yes and no.
I think
I actually didn't know that the Olympics were on until my father-in-law said, "Are you watching the Olympics?" And I was like, "Oh, are they on?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, I just every now and again. I think when you've got like we've got Netflix, Disney Plus, Stan, Amazon, all those things, it's hard to go back to free-to-air TV because there's so many options available.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know until I think I was teaching and someone showed me a video. One of the boxing matches was on.
that young Aussie fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the female boxer,
Oh,
local girl. I think she ended up losing in the
not sure.
quarterfinals or something. Actually, I think as the years progress, I lose more and more interest.
I think I watched the Olympics more as a kid because my parents watched it a lot, and I feel like it was like an older, like early to mid 2000s was just that was like the pinnacle era. You know, and, Ian Thorpe was there.
I remember Kathy Freeman. when
What's
she ran.
what's that American swimmer's name?
I stopped watching it before that, but I know
Michael
you're
Phelps.
talking about- yeah.
Michael Phelps. You know all
Yeah,
those.
done.
Kieran Perkins, all those really like
Yes.
major athletes, and I think because Australia did so well in that era of time, that's why people were so focused on it in Australia. Like it would be massive in pretty much every other country because every other country's got heaps.
Yep.
Especially America, China, Russia, all those Germany, all those massive countries. Most of Europe have a lot of people in there. So
I think for me personally, I enjoyed the Olympics when I was younger, just because there was a lot of hype behind it, especially when you're a kid at school. Schools get right behind it. You all get dressed up.
I suppose when
you
you're
feel
doing
up.
athletics at school as well.
Yeah. I think as you grow up, especially because I've seen a lot of documentaries and you see how the athletes get treated, how the Olympics make a lot of money off the athletes. So it's an amateur sport, so they don't make any money.
Yeah.
Like they'll end up making money from sponsorship deals, but these guys are training 4 years for one event, and
Yeah.
if they do well, they'll be set.
If they don't.
If they're in a good sport or in a marketable sport. So like Usain Bolt, he would have made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So he trains 4 years, races 10 seconds or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
opposed to
and then
someone that does like table tennis or something.
Yeah.
You know,
If you win,
there was some
every
sports
year-
in the Olympics this year I didn't even know were Olympic sports.
Yep.
Like skating was a new one. I didn't know
I didn't know that either.
skating, and there's a few I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but if I saw them on a list, I'd be like, oh, I had no idea.
They always added new sports and
People
new
just think,
stuff.
like athletics, swimming, basketball,
Yep.
boxing,
But man, can you think of
rowing.
how many industries out there is the business itself making a killing? Billions of dollars. There's global distribution rights for the TV, the airing, and the people actually doing the work themselves, the people
Yeah,
that you're
score.
actually going to watch, don't actually get paid for it.
Yeah.
Like I think countries pay their
Yeah,
athletes
their
a little bit of
athletes.
money if they do win gold and silver and bronze.
Yeah.
But if you're training 4 years,
And don't place.
don't place, don't do
That's-
anything. You
yeah,
gotta
it's
pay
a bit
for
of
your.
kick in the guts.
It is. You gotta pay for your flights to get there and stuff. And then while you're there competing, you're losing out on any money that you might be from work.
Yeah. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Especially if you're not in the top 1 or 2.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It's like going through an apprenticeship and then not getting a single job in the industry you did 4 years apprenticeship in.
Yep.
Or just not a job at all.
It's funny that Queensland's got the Olympics in when is
Yeah.
it 2030?
2032.
I'm gonna have zero interest by the
Yeah.
every
It's going to annoy me because every trip into Brisbane's going to take 3 hours longer
construction.
from every single road work.
But I think they're splitting it up. So they're going to do mainly here, some on the Gold Coast. Some
Hopefully
up
they
north.
split our tax money up a bit too, don't just take it all at once to build the stadium.
They will. I think. I can't remember.
Rip.
I've read a couple articles that talked about the Olympics Commission. I'm pretty sure they give a certain amount, and then the local government has to pay for the other. But it's
Yeah.
good for jobs. There's more jobs.
Oh, there'll be heaps of jobs that come from it.
Yep.
With the actual construction and then the Olympics itself.
So it'd be nice to
There'll
have
be
better
heaps.
highways, more lanes.
Yeah, it'll bring a lot of good perks. It'll just suck while it's getting done. But I mean, good things come to those who wait, I guess. Just gotta wait
Unless
for
you
just
die,
gotta, just
unless
gotta,
you die
well,
before then.
Just gotta wait for 10 years to go on a new highway, whatever.
It'd be nice if something happened to get a little bit of
Yeah, if they paid
a little bit
me
interest.
for living in Queensland, that would be great.
No, I'm talking about
Pay
the
me for
Olympics.
living in the area.
I'm talking about the Olympics. If we had a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of national pride. If there was someone that had,
It'd probably be good for the tourism industry. It'll
Yes.
bring a big paycheck to that.
especially
That's
after
if-
COVID.
Well, that's COVID willing, you know. Who
You
knows?
reckon the
man?
tourism will be back after COVID, or you reckon people will be too scared?
Both.
I'm
I
super
feel like
keen
the
to
people
travel.
with the vaccines will not care. They'll just
Yep.
see you later. But then I reckon. I also think people without the vaccines won't. I mean, I don't think they'll be allowed to go anywhere, but I don't think they'll care as much about people coming in either until a massive spike happens, and then it'll just be the whole go and buy 400 rolls of toilet paper again. So see what happens.
I don't know because I personally thought I'd be super keen to travel, and then as we
There's a lot of places I'm keen to go to, especially because I've been
overseas?
overseas. I've been watching a show on Disney Plus. It's Gordon Ramsay Uncharted, but he goes
Yeah.
to different countries, learning different cultures and stuff. But he did one in Croatia the other day,
oh nice.
and I was just looking like as he was going and driving and stuff. I was like, damn, that looks good.
Yeah, Croatia has some nice. I've
Yeah,
seen some
man.
videos.
There's heaps of nice places he goes to. So watching stuff like that makes me want to travel, but then at the same time, the world's chaos, and it sort of deters me from it a bit. I'd be happy to see Australia first. Like I've only been up to Airlie Beach as far north I've been, and Tasmania as far south I've been.
Yep.
But I haven't been to Adelaide, Northern Territory, Western
No?
Australia. No, just pretty much the
You did
eastern.
WA.
No, just the eastern side of Australia.
Okay.
Pretty much I've been to Sydney, Melbourne, Tassie. But then in those areas, I haven't in New South Wales, I've only been pretty much to Sydney.
Yep.
And the towns to get there.
Well, you don't want to go back there now.
Hell no. Stay away from that place.
Yeah.
But like same with Melbourne, we just literally flew down. So
Yep.
I didn't really go anywhere. Oh, not Melbourne, Victoria. Didn't go anywhere massively outside of Melbourne. I think Dandenong was the furthest away we went. But I'd be keen to see a lot of
Would you
Australia
travel in a
first.
van?
Sorry.
Would you travel in a van?
Maybe a little bus. I don't know about a van. Might be a bit small.
Yeah.
But I'd do if I had like a little 10-seater bus or something I could renovate to make a little Winnebago sort of setup. I'd be keen for that.
It's cool.
I wouldn't have any dramas.
I think tourism's a little iffy. 'Cause I really want to travel again. I was very, very fortunate that me and my partner went to Bali during the whole COVID thing, and then we got back literally right when the restrictions were kicked in.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we left in February or March, came back at the
Of 2020.
2020 last year, came back right at the end of March. So we literally arrived the night before the restrictions got implemented, and then from there just revved up, got more and more severe, and everything got shut down.
Yeah,
So we were literally the last bunch that got to travel.
pretty much.
But man, those airports were ghost towns.
Yeah, it'd be the best trip to the airport.
Dude, it
To
was
and from,
scary.
would've been
But you
great.
can feel the people there, the worry they had,
Mm.
because they live on tourism. There's no money, no nothing.
Yeah,
At
like
least
one of
over
my
here,
good
it's
friends
different.
is a pilot, and he had to pretty much stop his aviation stuff and then go back to. But fortunately for him, he's a qualified diesel mechanic, so he was pretty able to get a job fairly well. Actually, that's not true. He was out of work for a while, and then he just got lucky and got a job back doing what he knew. So that was good. But yeah, I feel for the people that all they've done is like piloting stuff or like air hostess, whatnot, or just
Yeah.
the whole aviation industry has just been put on pause, and that's probably for what, a year and a half now,
Yeah.
maybe more.
And we have a big tourism industry in Australia.
No, people love Australia.
You know, sunny, nice beaches.
Yeah.
Olympics would really help.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I just don't think Australians are that into the Olympics as a whole.
Well, like nothing against Australians. I don't think we're the most athletic race of people. Like there's so. I just feel like that's why.
I wouldn't
I mean,
say that.
we've got lots of athletes in our
Maybe.
country, but I think because it's so small as well compared to the rest of the world.
I just don't think we put money into it. So
Well,
other
there's that
countries
too.
do. The US, Russia, all of these countries have dedicated.
Yeah, they've got
Olympic
allocated funds
centers
for
and
it.
Yeah, for their athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I feel like the reason we don't is because it's not that big.
But I think it's different because, like, if you look at the US, they get behind their athletes because their athletes win, so they get
Oh
excited.
yeah, you look at their college football and
Yeah.
college basketball, it's insane.
But we don't need that here in Australia. We just need someone to do kind of well, and the whole country will go crazy. Like, yeah.
Well, that's the little spark that Riley Day started, and that young boxing fella. Like she didn't make the finals or she might have made the finals. I can't actually remember. She didn't place in the 100-meter race, but she's 19.
Yeah.
You know, and set PBs for herself.
Man, that's a good age. She can do the next one. Still be young enough.
Yep, and that's
Yeah.
the same for that boxer. I think he got silver or bronze, and he's only 19 too. I'm pretty sure.
That's a good
Correct
age.
me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was pretty young. And I feel like those two have really
That's impressive.
like blown it up. And then also in the Paralympics, there was heaps of Australian records and world records broken by Australians.
Yeah.
So
It's
we did
hard,
really
man.
well on that too.
For an event that's only every 4 years, if you don't get it right that one time,
It's
4
tough.
years might be too much for your body to handle.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you're late 20s or whatever.
Man, if you're 27, 28, 29,
Yep.
and you gotta wait another 4 years,
Yeah,
you know, past your peak.
if you got a body like me, it's downhill.
Well, that's our thoughts on the Olympics.
You got
Some
Jojo?
are excited, some are not. No.
Okay.
No, you got one? You got a joke?
Yeah, I got one.
Alright. Okay, I'm all ears.
What does the ocean say to the boat?
What does it say?
Nothing, it just waves. Bye, guys.